In July 2013, at the request of the chemistry department at Florida State University and Dr. Stephanie Dillon, Director of Freshman Chemistry Laboratories, CNDG embarked upon a project with our partner, Pearson Learning Solutions, designed to move the Chemistry 1020C Undergraduate Liberal Studies course to a virtual campus. Working with Dr. Dillon, we began the process of designing virtual 3D immersive activities to bring the Undergraduate Liberal Studies Chemistry into a new dimension of teaching. Together, we have all built a comprehensive educational environment for teaching this course online and virtually, complete with a new web-based textbook and 3D live instructional spaces and innovative laboratory facilities, and learning experiences that can only be provided in a virtual world. The benefit to students and faculty has been evident. In the video that follows, they tell their own story in their own words.
When we started this project, it started the same way you always start a project. You have a problem, or you have a vision of something that will make your educational curriculum better. We had a course, which is our Introduction to Chemistry course, that we wanted to get more students involved in. And I became very interested in developing a very cool, almost video game-esque kind of class for the virtual world. So we decided on chemistry and forensics as a good tie-in to just the everyday student in humanities or music or anywhere else might be interested in a class that not only taught them some chemistry, but also taught them some forensics.
It helps break that barrier down between someone who's a specialist and someone that has no knowledge of the information at all.
We decided to go with a real murder mystery and the actual investigation that took place as the local law enforcement attempted to solve the murder mystery.
The story building aspect of the crime was very important in engaging the students.
Having the narrative, which was a murder, to drive the class did help me to learn more.
Students start with learning a little bit about labs in general.
Some of the chemicals and other machines that I worked with would have been either too dangerous or I just would not have encountered them in real life, and the virtual world did a very good job of making it seem like it was real.
Then, as we go along, the students start to actually get into the forensic portion of the lab, and they go to the crime scene and they collect evidence from the area where the woman was killed.
I definitely would not have gotten that experience in real life.
They actually go to the autopsy and they get an idea of what an autopsy covers and what kinds of evidence would be collected there. In the sequence of labs that follows, there's very much some very, I would say, exciting and high-level chemistry analysis going on in the labs.
Tasks that I were given throughout the class were challenging. I actually had to go and interpret what was given to me in order to be successful throughout the course.
I think that everybody knows that when you have a goal, when there's something pushing you forward in your process of learning, the learning experience is better and it's more complete and you remember it. Because the material, one, is interesting, and two, it has a purpose. It provides them with the information they need to solve the mystery. In order to produce the lectures to accompany the course, we wrote a book. But it's a book unlike a typical book you would, pick up and would be made of paper. In addition to having short bursts of reading, so we keep the reading material to a paragraph or so, And following each paragraph of information that the students read, we have presented a video or an interactive activity for the students to do. So they're not just sitting there reading for hours on end a lot of very detailed information. So it's a very interactive textbook that hopefully even the student that has a little difficulty reading and understanding, this interactivity will give that student the ability to learn the material and not feel overwhelmed by the material. The course material was designed from the very beginning to be adaptable. You can gauge how detailed you want the quizzes and the exams, and that determines how hard you make the class. The material is there for you to take it to any level that you like. And one of the most amazing things about the CNDG virtual world, the learning environment, is that there's always somebody around to help you. And you push a button and say help, and a real live person says, what do you need? What's going on? How did you get stuck? Even at some of the very oddest hours of the night, and even on the weekends, because the CNDG group is all over the world, a lot of the times that we would consider to be really late or really early, they have somebody out there working. In terms of a future for this project and any others, we just want to keep expanding the idea into other areas of interest related to chemistry. We could do environmental studies, we can do medicine. There are so many ways to go with this kind of development. So there's just about a million different ways to go